Where do I start? We're live. All right. Where do I start? The hell do I start with this one? Just because it's not in the Constitution. I'm sorry, I'm lagging. I'm sorry. My computer always does this. Why do you always do this? Just because I'm not in the Constitution doesn't mean that it's not crossing. Doesn't mean you're not crossing a line for me. That doesn't equal not crossing the line, if you know what I mean. The Constitution doesn't give us the right to do a lot of things. Showering, that's nowhere in the Constitution. We do it anyway. What's next? The legal right to shower? When you make sidewalk chalking on a sidewalk illegal, you're crossing a line. Okay, let me explain. Say, for example, you are gonna let's say, for example, you're gonna chalk on a sidewalk. I'm gonna brush my hair while I'm doing this. Alert. Okay. All right. So this is your average piece of sidewalk chalk. This is fairly wash-offable, easily. You can wash this. This will help wash this off. It will. Now, why is it crossing a line? Why can't I just say, well, if you're not crossing the Constitution, you're not crossing a line? Well, the Constitution doesn't give me the right to brush my hair. I do it anyway because it's a social norm. I do it anyway because it's a social norm. I know it's jumpy. And also, all right, I'm gonna call my mom. I'm gonna call her. And anyway, I'm trying to make a point. The point is that look, mommy. Alright, I have no viewers watching me. So you guys can watch my live stream after. I thought I might go live in the morning before school. But this little innocent piece of sidewalk chalk should not be considered vandalism. Should not be considered vandalism. Due to the fact that it is easily wash-offable for less than $1. You can wash this stuff off. This was what? $2 for 17 fluid ounces. One. Let's call my boyfriend, shall we?
Please leave your message for Gabby and William. Leave a message.
What's it doing?
Sorry, mailbox is full.
Anyway, it's 4:29 a.m. 5, 6, 7. Mommy, I'm live. So ask me in the comments what you want me to talk about. Okay, since I have no comments and no viewers watching, I'm going to say this, that even though I have no viewers watching, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think that we are crossing a line when we are definitely crossing the line when we make sidewalk chalking on the sidewalk illegal. Now, here's why. Even though the Constitution does not say we can chalk on a sidewalk, I understand where this is coming. I completely understand where this is coming from. As a child myself, and I still am a child, I understand that we are crossing a line because we're not because we're violating the Constitution, but because we are crossing that line of fake graffiti versus real graffiti. Let me explain. This is a graffiti tool, like it or not. But this is a fake graffiti tool. See, it even washes off of my computer fairly easily. So I wouldn't want to write on my computer with this. Or on myself or on my face. But this on a sidewalk should be allowed because it is fairly easily wash-offable and it is easily identifiably wash-offable, be it with water. I repeat, anything that is fairly easily wash-offable with water. How about this? Anything that is not sidewalk chalk on a sidewalk is prohibited by law. We can all agree with that, right? Simple, right? Not sidewalk chalk on a side. If it's paint on a sidewalk, sidewalk chalk or sidewalk chalk paint or other sidewalk art product. Anything that is not a sidewalk art product, be it easily wash-offable by water, and I repeat, by water, is not allowed on the sidewalks. Sidewalk chalk, however, is not allowed on newly poured sidewalks, as this is a violation of the law. So, hurt rod. Those are refill bag, individual refill color bag. Sidewalk chalk paint. Painting as well. Okay, anything that is not sidewalk chalk paint or sidewalk chalk. How about this? Anything that is not sidewalk chalk paint or sidewalk chalk that is not a sidewalk chalk specific product is not allowed on the sidewalk. So if it says sidewalk chalk paint, it's allowed on the sidewalk. And all sidewalk chalk paint on public property must be store-bought. So in other words, you can't make sidewalk chalk because how did someone... Because it's kind of hard to regulate. Some things are hard to regulate, like homemade products. I don't mind homemade lotions or homemade face creams. Come to think of it, they're kind of hard to regulate too. But, homemade products are just off limits for graffiti because that would be too hard to enforce. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, comment down below if you want to watch more of me and my crazy lawmaking shenanigans. Anything that is not store-bought sidewalk chalk products are not allowed. So it has to be easily recognizable. And it needs to be, and it cannot be store-bought. Or no, it cannot be sidewalk chalk. Anything used on a public sidewalk needs to be a specific store-bought sidewalk product, sidewalk art product. If it is not store-bought and it is homemade, it may not be used on public sidewalks. Simple, easy. I'm Mahone 3478. Coming at you with coming at y'all with a law that should be readily enforceable. Anything that is not a sidewalk chalk product bonus to this. All sidewalk chalk products, all of them, must be, all liquid sidewalk chalk products must be in a labeled container, in the original store-bought labeled container, in a store-bought labeled container that is must be in store-bought labeled container. And all sidewalk chalk must be in a clear Ziploc bag, in a clear Ziploc bag, so that when the officer walks up to the person to find out if they're really doing vandalism, they can easily see that it is, quote, chalk, and that it's not vandalism. Anyway, I think lawmakers crack down way too hard on laws. And I'm going to watch this afterward to get it one view. And that's my humble opinion. Without all due respect, lawmakers, signing off. Mahone 3478, criticizing your lawmaking techniques. Here to criticize you, here to ridicule you, lawmakers. So just be prepared for more. Mahone 3478. Because, you know me. Well, maybe not ridicule. Here to make fun of how your laws are.